Hello everyone, it's Steve with Aptera Owners Club. About a month ago, I put out this video talking about how Aptera needs to go to where the billionaires are. And in that video, I explained something about the billionaire social calendar and how billionaires, there's not that many of them in the world, and they all like to hang out with each other because, no one understands billionaire problems like other billionaires, and they just want to hang out with each other. And so there's a very specific calendar that they follow as they travel around the world together. And there are two events that I thought that Aptera should go to, which are relatively close to San Diego, and they could get the vehicle to those areas. And probably because Aptera looks very unique, could attract a lot of attention, and perhaps some billionaires or some of their friends would happen to see it and mention it to them. And we just need to find one inspired billionaire to give us money so that we can get this thing into production. And the two that I suggested at the time were the Super Bowl, which will be in Arizona, and the Sundance Film Festival, which is in Utah. As it turns out, it looks like Aptera is going to be in St. Moritz. And this is actually a great place to be at this point, because in January, the billionaires go to the Davos World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland. Then they do the St. Moritz Polo World Cup on snow, and then they do the Cresta Run, which is also in St. Moritz. And they also, in February, there is the White Turf International Horse Races in St. Moritz, Switzerland. So there's three events right in late January, early February that are all centered around St. Moritz. So if you look, this is a map of Switzerland, and you see Davos is right here, and St. Moritz is here. And it's a really ritzy, ski resort, alpine resort town. And there's a lot of, there's basically a bunch of billionaires hanging out in this little town in the Alps for a couple of weeks. And you guys know that Aptera has been in uh, in Italy with the CPC group, and as it turns out, Aptera is now in St. Moritz. They're in St. Moritz with their Gamma vehicle. The Gamma vehicle is in St. Moritz because there's this event called Follow the Entrepreneur, which started on February 2nd and goes to February 6th. And then if you look at their program, here it is. On Saturday, the 4th of February, there's a special event at 6:30 p.m. Local time, unveiling of the Gamma solar-powered mobility vehicle in front of the, I don't know how to pronounce that, Maloja Palace. Will be joined by Aptera ambassadors and clients of the Gamma vehicle joining from all over Switzerland. So this is going to be their special event. Lots of people are going to be up there. And I imagine that the people that are there in St. Moritz, they were at the Davos World Economic Forum in January 16th to 23, and then they're at this snow polo event, which just finished a few days ago, and they're going to be at Cresta, and then there'll be some horse races in later on, and they're all going to be around there. And I think a lot of billionaires are probably going to show up to this thing. I mean, maybe not all of them, but a few of them are going to show up to this thing, at, and they will see this vehicle. So I think it's a perfect placement for Aptera to be there. And if you look at their keynote speakers, if you scroll all the way to the bottom, there's someone you'll recognize. This guy right here, Steve Fambro, co-CEO of Aptera Motors. So I think it's awesome that they're there. Turns out probably St. Moritz is going to have a bigger showing of billionaires right now than either Sundance or the Super Bowl. And just because of the calendar showing, there's three events that they all like to be at right around this time. And so this event that Aptera is going to be sort of like the main event for, the special event on the basically the opening day of the conference, which is later on today. And they'll be there. So let's all cross our fingers and hope that several billionaires see the vehicle and are inspired to invest 0.01% of their net worth into this thing. Some minuscule amount of a billionaire's net worth could totally launch this vehicle. So we just need the right person to see it and get inspired. Okay, so that's the Aptera news for today. We will keep watching the leaderboard, which I think is sitting at over 2 million now, and we'll keep an eye on that as the accelerator program goes on. So thanks for watching, guys. Thanks to our supporting members, and have a great weekend, everyone.